Well, here we are on a Tuesday, and I know it just looks like I got out of an 80s music video. Maybe I did. What I'm actually about to do is watch the Islanders-Kings game. I'm recording this on Monday night because I want to relax a little bit, watch the Isles play, see if they can get this win streak to 7. And before that starts, I thought I would make a little Tuesday video for you. Now, there's a marquee matchup on our hands, a matchup that we've foreshadowed and forecasted for months here. And that's a matchup between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Two real teams. Two teams who have Stanley Cup aspirations. Two teams who are battling it out for the top of the Metro Division. Now, what have we learned as we see real teams play each other and we see real hockey between those teams? You saw it last night. How did those under 6.5 go? You had Washington chasing a wild card. You had Winnipeg trying to hold off those other teams and win that division. You saw a nice 3-0 victory. So we were able to get the under 7.5, 60-minute Winnipeg Jets and the under 6.5 in that one with the Bruins. That one even stayed under 6.5, although we were not on the right side of the Bruins game. You're probably cursing at the screen because you parlay everything together. Just remember, you're a donkey, and that's it. I mean, there's a fine line between a donkey and a parlay pirate. I guess the only difference is actually winning. And as Vin Diesel once said,
winning's winning,
which we're going to try to do here on this Tuesday night. And I'm actually not going to start with that Carolina Ranger game. I'm going to come right back to that because there's a very similar game, although it's between a Western Conference team and an Eastern Conference team. And that is the Dallas Stars are hosting the Florida Panthers. Who's hotter than the Florida Panthers? I mean, they are playing great. Many times to you guys, I've mentioned that quality defense that they've been playing, holding every team to 2 or fewer. I think we saw that again over the weekend. I think they held, Calgary to 2, or was it 1 goal? And then Dallas, who can play good defense. They can absolutely score. They were just involved in a game versus the Kings. Yes, 2 teams fighting for playoffs in the West. That was a 3-1 under. It's unders. And I'm enjoying it because I know how much your average idiot who knows nothing is dying to bet the overs. What do you mean? You got Barkov and you got, aren't they traded for Tarasenko? And then there's Robinson hits. There's so many goals. It's an over. So, in this Florida-Dallas game, did you really have to think hard about it? It's the under 6.5. You knew we were going to go with the under 6.5. And I'm going to do it once again. You show me 2 teams who can play good defense and who have good goaltending. I'm going to take the under 6.5. And the only difference this time around, I'm not just going to leave it at the 6.5. I'm taking the Dallas Stars to win this game against the Florida Panthers. Florida got banged up in that last game. So you got potentially Barkov, which is huge. Something tells me he's going to play. You have Rodriguez, and then you also have Aaron Ekblad, who's missing a minimum of 2 weeks, I believe. So you remove 3 guys from a lineup like that, and then you put this game in Dallas. I already mentioned yesterday, Colorado doesn't lose, Winnipeg doesn't lose, Dallas doesn't lose because they all want tops in that division. To me, I'm going to take the Dallas Stars with those players being out for Florida making the difference for me. Now let's go to Carolina and the Rangers. Carolina's at home. I will tell you this right now. 5-on-5, Carolina's dominating this game. Even Ranger fans know. They remember the playoff series. They got dominated every single game in 5-on-5. Earlier this year, they got dominated 5-on-5. The X factor, as always, with the Rangers when they play Carolina, they always score power play goals against them. And then Shesterkin, he's pitching shutouts left and right. He's playing the best he's played all season. So it's Carolina just being a better team, which they 1,000% are, versus the Rangers' X factors. And it's going to be the same thing in the playoffs. The Rangers, if they're going to win in the playoffs, and Rangers fans, you know this. You know this roster is not as good as the previous 2 playoff rosters. And it's all going to come down to the same exact thing. Is the power play going to carry you? Is Shesterkin going to play up to his ability? They go as far as those 2 ingredients of the Rangers go. In this game, I'm taking Carolina. They're 4 points back. This game's in Carolina. They destroyed them at MSG a couple, 2 months ago or something like that. I don't even want Gensel to play, just to prove a point how much better they are from top to bottom. And I'm looking for Carolina to do their damage 5-on-5. I think they know how important this game is in the standings. But I do want to mention last year. It was right around this time, Minnesota played Colorado. We had all our Colorado division bets. Colorado lost that game on home ice. Great game. They lost it. Everybody threw in the towel. Oh, my God. So you said it was going to... There's still 18 games after this. Even if the Rangers were to win, it won't be the end of it, but I do not think that's going to happen. The way Carolina's playing, I believe they have the highest points percentage in the entire NHL since like mid-December. People love throwing that on Florida, and then the Rangers have won all these games since the... It's Carolina that has the highest points percentage in the entire NHL. And they're as healthy as they've been. I have a feeling Gensel's going to play, but like I said, I greedily don't even want him to play. I'm taking Carolina against the Rangers. And just know if you're a regular guy and you're like, what is this guy going to... There are idiots who watch this who think, like, first they were fighting me about Washington, then they went away. Now they're fighting me about the Rangers. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. So that this one has more of a personal feel to it. But regular guy, Dan, as we like to call you, there's another bet that you should like in this one, and it's the same thing that I liked in the last one, and it's the same thing I liked in the games last night. If there's a game with playoff implications, don't you know, bump it up. I will take the under 6.5 in this game between the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, outside of these two games, I do have some regular guy picks. I mean, this is as Joe Blow as it's going to get, but it all goes back to Winnipeg winning. Colorado needs to keep winning these games to keep pace. Calgary, great win against the Lightning. You guys were all like, oh my God, how bad are the Lightning? How bad are the Lightning? The Lightning are done for me. Well, did you bet against the Lightning this weekend? Don't be fickle donkeys. That was a lucky game for the Flames. The Tampa Bay Lightning mailed it in and they destroyed the Philadelphia Flyers over the weekend. What happened to the Flames after that game? They got waxed twice in a row. Now they're coming home, which is never easy. Long road trip, Calgary missing all those pieces. And then you have the Avalanche, who added Middlestat. Nichushkin is back. And I'm seeing like minus 170. I know it's not the best price in the world, but one thing I know about everybody who watches these videos, they love betting on Colorado. So I will be in the Colorado camp with the rest of you guys tonight. And then you have Vegas playing the Kraken. You can say the Kraken are still involved in the playoff race, and obviously Vegas needs points. They need to get in. It's not rocket science. Once again, I did this with the Kraken in Winnipeg the other day, and now I'm doing it with these two teams. Don't you know? Bump it up. Give me the under 6.5. Vegas has some firepower, but they still have a lot of guys on the shelf. Stone's out. Hurdle's not playing yet, so they're running the same kind of lineup out there. They had a great win at home against Detroit. Detroit gives up goals to everybody, but I think this one should be able to stay under 6.5 as well. That's what I got for you here. It's early. I want to watch this Islander game. There's no player props available, so if you want the assortment of player props that I put out for this one, you guys can join the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Andy Francess. I will be able to go through all those. What I try to do on big slates, I put a parlay for every single game, and then I'll delineate, like, I don't know much about this game, so I'm just going to leave this one out, but I try to put parlays for every single game on there. I do that in the afternoon because I got to see the line combinations where you can get, like, for example, this Kings game. I saw that Kempe, like halfway through the day, he's on the third line. He's playing with Dubois on the third line. Well, what if I told you the night before, oh yeah, Kempe and Kopitar, you bet that, you lose, you curse at me. But I never would have put that, and on the Patreon, I would have told you we can't be doing that because they're not on the top line. In fact, I told somebody that on the Patreon not more than an hour ago. So if you guys want to join there, that's where you can get all the parlays and additional sniffs. And if not, you can always subscribe here to this channel. Help me out by liking, commenting, subscribing, clicking the notifications, all those Dunkin' Donuts thing. I call them Dunkin' Donuts things because when you go to Dunkin' Donuts at the end, they just like a robot go, donuts, bagels, muffins. Excuse me? I just wanted this Gatorade. Donuts, bagels, muffins. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely do that for me. I would appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow.